Welcome, everyone. This is Kaylin Castell. I'm here with Daniel Jamario, and we are so excited to share with you our upcoming Preparing for 2020 Summit that will be launching later this year. And we have a lot we're excited to share with you about it in terms of why this is going to be important and why you would want to be a part of this summit. And it is a free summit. So, Daniel, do you want to share some?
Yes. Yeah, in addition to simply looking ahead and seeing the really remarkable alignments that are happening in 2020, which we'll discuss a bit more in a moment, what really initially inspired the creation of the summit was actually something that my mentor, Dane Ridjar, wrote all the way back in 1973 in a wonderful piece of writing called The Seed. These are his words, written in 1973. We are certainly in a difficult time, and what is ahead of us today, I do not know. I am rather pessimistic as far as the immediate future is concerned, considering the way the world and our nation is moving at the present time. But you must realize that crises are sometimes necessary to accomplish what is to be accomplished. The only problem, however, is this. Something must be ready before the great crisis comes, when the new cycle begins. For it will have to begin on the foundation of those seeds which have been sown before the crisis. If you have a winter followed by a spring, but there was no harvest in the fall, no seed will germinate during the spring, and you'll have to start at the very beginning, in the most primitive time of manifestation. That is why I have stressed so much all my life that the idea I call the seed man and the seed woman. The seed person, the individual who is willing and able to gather within himself or herself, as it were, the past of humanity, and particularly of our Western world, but also of other cultures. Because what we want to emerge from the future, from whatever crisis will come in a global world. Now that was in 1973. And what we've noticed since the school has existed, we looked at all these things that have happened. The turning of the ages, the various galactic alignment scenarios, the Y2K thing, 2001 alignments, 2012, and even our view in Shamanic Astrology Mystery School, the 1962 to 2034 is like the key point. But oh my gosh, 2020, the kind of things that are happening then are just so overwhelming, which we want to put our attention on.
Right, and so that's the whole purpose of the summit then, is to become aware of what's happening, and then also have some tools to work with this as consciously as possible, so that we can be the seed people. So it's exciting, and we have a lot of great people that are lined up for this. Do you want to talk about that, Daniel?
Sure, yeah. We have a combination of some really great other astrologers that have been friends of the school and have done phenomenal original work in their own right. And then members of our own advisory council that are going to be making presentations. We have Henry Seltzer, Dale O'Brien, and Mark Jones, and Brett Joseph, and Gary Caton among the astrologers. Including then we have a presentation by myself and by Kaylin and Eric, the managing director. And then we also have members of our advisory council, Kadia Matara. We also have Anya McAndrew and Linda Starwolf from Venus Rising, and Joan Hartfield from Talking Hearts. And we have Rich Silver from the University of Earth, where we just did our retreat. And we also have Lisa Michaels. And we have also potentially a few more that are going to be joining our summit. So an incredible, amazing array of talented individuals who will not only give us information that you might not have known about coming up from a variety of different perspectives, but also, most importantly, tools for how to prepare for whatever eventuality may be upon us.
Right, you're bringing up something really important, Daniel, because this is not about predicting what's going to happen in 2020. This is about preparing and being open to whatever it is that is happening at that time in
Yes.
the way we possibly can show up and be a part of it.
Yes, it's interesting. Every speaker among the astrologers always said, hey, I don't do prediction. I hope this is not about prediction. And we certainly are in alignment with that. It's really not about prophecy or prediction, but it's about looking at history, being aware of the times we're in, and then doing the best we can to prepare for whatever eventuality. And that'll be the focus here.
Right, we're also looking at the intent. So we know we can look at the intent, and then what unfolds as hopefully a way to help fulfill the intent of what this is all about. So
yeah, the remarkable thing about 2020, as you can see, is this lineup in Capricorn. And while we're not going to discuss the full ramifications of that here in this introduction, but many speakers and many presentations are going to be putting their attention on this, including our own. And that happens to be that in 2020, Jupiter and Saturn and Pluto are all in Capricorn. And for a period of time in 2020, Mars is there in Capricorn also. And these are very rare configurations. The last time such a configuration happened in Capricorn was in the 1200s. So we're going to look at the ramifications of what that could do for the culture, for the kind of hierarchy that we find in the world today, the disconnect from Mother Earth, or disconnect from the natural environment, and so many other things. So this alignment should be getting our attention. And so even though now this is 2017, we're going to have this time period to prepare. And then also we have a live Q&A with the presenters just before the solstice this year, the December solstice, right at the point where Saturn has gone directly behind the sun. Yeah, right there at the solstice point.
Yeah, so if we think about 2020, it's interesting, almost the way that the universe might have a sense of humor, because 2020 implies 2020 vision, perfect vision. So visioning and working with this and working with this understanding helps us to clarify what our vision might be and how we're showing up to be a part of it. So we would love to have you join us. There will be a link for you to sign up for the summit. It is free. And we hope that you will decide that this is something you want to know about, and that we can share this journey with you.
Yeah, soon we'll have a web page up, or maybe by the time you watch this, probably it's going to already be up there, and you can see how you can experience each of the presentations as a lead up to the live Q&A that'll happen on the 20th of December.
Is there a final quote that you wanted to share with us, Daniel?
Yeah, actually I wanted to, these were like the final words of this remarkable thing that Rajar wrote. It says, I think today it is of no use to try to look to the immediate future because it can look very dark, but it is to look to prepare to the possibility that a new world may arise, if not tomorrow, then the day after tomorrow. I think it is the only thing which gives value to all our sacrifice, all our courage, decisions, and choices today. It is to become seeds for the development of the future world. So I hope every one of you, each one in your own life, in your own way, someday soon, very soon, if you have not done it already, make the choice and become seed men and seed women. Dane Rajar, 1973.
So this is about helping us to prepare to be the seed people.
Yes, yes.
As we come up to 2020. So thank you, everyone, and we hope you'll join us.